By the end of this video, you're gonna learn a very simple and easy to follow strategy. One forex session, one instrument, one entry per day. When you have clear rules like that, trading becomes much easier. So without wasting any more time, let's check out the charts. So there's many ways how to trade the London breakout strategy, but I believe I'm gonna show you probably the easiest way how to trade it with clear entry and exit strategy, and so you will know what to do, because it could get very confusing. I've seen this strategy presented in many ways, and to be honest, most of them don't even make a lot of sense. So it simply looks like this. All right, so we've got the Asian range. This is how price action will usually move during the Asian session, in a range, just because there's not that much volume in that session. But then once London session opens, most of the time we're going to see momentum kicking in the market. So we're going to see price moving in a certain direction, in a clear direction, either bearish or bullish. Now, something very important with this strategy is that you should be trading this in the direction of the overall trend. All right, so if let's say we're looking for this entry model or any of those entry models on the 5 the 15-minute time frame, that means we have to trade in confluence with the higher time frame trend. So we're either looking at the 1 hour or the 4 hour chart, and if let's say we've got a bearish trend on the 4 hour chart, then we can drop down to the 5 to 15-minute time frame and we can look for short positions. If you get one of those entry models, but then let's say a bearish entry model, but then you know that the overall trend is bullish, that means you're not going to be looking for those selling opportunities. In fact, you're going to be looking for buying opportunities. Okay, so we're only trading in the direction of the main trend. But how does this entry model actually works? Well, it's very simple. Okay, so let's say you've got the 1 hour, the 4 hour, maybe even the daily time frames showing you a bearish trend on the pair that you're trading. And by the way, trading this strategy on the major instruments is the best choice. So say for example, euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar yen, these are the pairs that you should be trading this strategy on, just because we've got more volume in those pairs, and you will usually see this momentum during the London session, mostly on the major instruments. So anyways, we know that the higher time frame shows us a bearish trend, so we then have, let's say, either a continuation of that bearish trend on the during the Asian session, or we've got a ranging market. Then we have to wait for London open. So why is it called the London breakout strategy? Well, it's because we're trading after a breakout. So during London, we're usually gonna see price continuing the main trend. Okay, so that means we're first gonna see price breaking below the Asian session range. Okay, and once we see that breakout, we can then wait for break and retest pattern. Okay, to eventually look for selling opportunities, or we can wait for price to break below that Asian range. If we don't get that break and retest entry, but price instead of that continues to the upside, we've got a couple of more options. Now, one of them would be once we see price forming a lower high, lower than this previous one, then we can take advantage of this price action signal, and again, we can look for selling opportunities. But what could also happen is, let's say, we have a sweep of liquidity down here below the Asian session range, then we have a pullback, and we don't actually form a lower high, but instead of that we have a sweep of liquidity above the Asian session range as well. So it's very important to understand how to trade those sweeps of liquidity. If you are a beginner, it's probably gonna get a little bit more confusing, but if you've got some experience trading the market and know how price action move, you should be fine. So basically, if we don't close above the Asian session range, or we get a close above, but then the very next candle pushes price back within this Asian session range, then this is just a fake breakout. All right, you can also see some rejection wicks and candle closing down here below, again, the resistance level of the Asian session range. Now, if something like this happens, that means you're probably going to get the best short entry. And remember, this is only if the trend is confirmed from the higher time frames. All right. And why am I saying you're going to get the best entry? Because now the risk to reward ratio is really in your favor. You're going to place your stop loss just above the rejection right here, above that fake breakout, and you're going to be looking for the same targets that you would normally look for if you are taking any of those entries. All right. Now, not many times you're going to get this setup. Most of the time, you're probably going to get either a lower high or a break and retest, but nevertheless, you can still participate in that trade. All right. Especially if you are a beginner, I would say focus on this first entry model. Okay. And so if you still don't know how to identify the trend direction from the higher time frames and also on the lower time frames, because a lot of people think they do, but in fact they don't actually know in which direction the market is moving at any time. So what you can do is you can join our free Telegram channel, and this is where I share daily updates on the euro dollar instrument. And if you are trading the majors, anything traded against the US dollar, well, this is positively correlated with the euro dollar. So let's say if you read my daily update in the morning before the London market opens, actually, you will see, let's say, for example, that I say that I'm expecting that euro dollar will continue to the downside. So now you know that even GBP USD or AUD USD, they should be moving to the downside as well, because they have positive correlation with the euro dollar, because all of those pairs are traded against the US dollar. Right? It really depends if we have some economic news and stuff like that, but this is how it usually works. So anyways, join our free Telegram completely for free, and you will get daily updates on the euro dollar instrument. If you really want to take your trading further, you can even join our premium Telegram channel, and this is where I share daily video updates on all of the instruments that I have here on my watch list. So even if you trade the cross pairs and not the majors, you will still get key levels for the day, entries for the day, and stuff like that. A lot of valuable information in the premium Telegram channel. You can contact us via the links in the description below this video, or you can join the free Telegram channel, and there's a private message button on every single message that I send here in the free Telegram. So anyways, this is pretty much what the London breakout strategy looks like. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. Now, here's how the chart looks once you place your indicator. So I've got the Lux Algo Sessions indicator, and you can come over here to this indicators window, and you can add a sessions indicator. It doesn't matter which one you like to use. I just found this one right now. If I'm going to be trading this strategy, I don't even need this indicator, but for the purpose of the video, I've added it. So just make sure to adjust your time zone here, and it will adjust the times of the sessions. And I only have the London and the Asian sessions on. The rest of them are off, just because this chart will get really colorful and it will get confusing. So all we need is the Asian and the London session. But here's what I said earlier. You will normally see slow price action during the Asian session, and then you will see momentum coming in the market during the London session. And you can see this here on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. It's the same thing every time. Slow price action during the Asian session, range during the Asian session, same thing here. And every time the London session comes into play, you can see we've got more momentum in the market. We've got much bigger moves compared to the Asian session. So this is why we're going to be focusing to make our entries within the London session, because most of the time we will be closing those trades within the same day, in a matter of a few hours, actually a couple of hours maybe. But yes, considering what kind of information I've sent out in the free Telegram channel, I've been saying that I'm expecting for euro dollar to continue lower and lower, and I've also shared the levels that I'm expecting for this pair to go to. And so since we are expecting a bearish move, okay, and I'm currently looking at the 1 hour time frame, but you can clearly see we are in a bearish market. Even though we've been trading sideways for a few days here, we're still technically in a bearish market, which means we're only going to be looking for selling opportunities. So here is the next day. this is the Asian session during Wednesday, so I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute time frame, and I know I'm only looking for selling opportunities. So let's see what happens right here. So here is the Asian session, and right now we've got London open. Okay, now price is trading at a support level during the London Open. I'm not going to be trading. Um, I'm not going to be taking any entries right now, especially since we're trading at support. Obviously, I want to see some sort of price action signal and some more levels of which I can potentially find a good and decent entry. So as you can see, London continues pushing down, and now we've broken below this support right here. Okay, I can technically use this level as my break and retest level, and this could be the case here. So I want to see what's going to happen next. London keeps pushing down, and at this point it's pretty much 2 p.m. Okay, however, we're still in the London session, and what I can do is I can take my Fibonacci 2 and I can place my Fibonacci from the highest point of the Asian session down here to this low from the London session. All right, so I've got the 38.2 level in perfect alignment with this previous market structure right here. So if I place a horizontal level here on the 38.2, so I'm gonna place it right here, and this is right around 1.0570, 0.560, 567. Anywhere around that level is where I'm gonna be looking to take a sell trade. Okay, so you can drop down to an even lower time frame if you wish, or you can stick to the higher time frames, 15, 30 minute. But basically, we're looking for a reaction off of that 38.2 level, and we either want to see price forming a lower structure now, or we want to see some more rejection of that 38.2 in order to enter the trade. So we've got a few confluences. We've got the overall market direction from the higher time frames. Okay, we've got the London session breakout, which broke below the Asian session range. Okay, and we've also got the pullback, but that pullback not only forms within the London session, but it also trades around the 38.2 level, and again a previous strong market structure right here. So that makes me confident that this setup will play out as long as I find a good entry opportunity. Okay, so in this case, we could say that we maybe missed this trade, but if you are looking for a lower time frame entry, let's say you drop down to the 1 minute time frame, you're definitely going to find an entry opportunity right here. But you can see how well this setup played out. Considering all the steps that we've taken for this setup, it played out very, very well. Okay, so this is pretty much what we're kind of expecting when we're trading the London breakout strategy. So let's say what happens the next day. Here is Thursday. We're already trading within the Asian session again. All right. So we did have break and retest pattern here on during the London session on the previous day, which was Wednesday, and now we're looking at Thursday again. This Thursday, I posted another post here in our free Telegram channel saying that euro dollar will continue the bearish momentum. So basically, this is the 15-minute time frame right here. Okay. So we've got the Asian session range, and we've actually broken below that during the London Open. Okay, so we've already got the breakout here. So let's see what happens next. Price continues pushing down, nearly testing this support level right here. Okay, we continue slightly lower, and it looks like we now have a pullback. So again, I can drag my Fibonacci 2 from the highest point of the Asian session down to the lowest point that we currently have during London session, and we're looking for some sort of price reaction around here. Okay, now we've got the 61.8 level, right? Because it looks like we're not really reacting at the 38.2 the way we want to. I mean, we've got a strong bullish candle breaking above that 38.2, which makes me think we're probably going to come over here to that 61.8 level and retest this level. So we can either use a pending order at the 61.8 level, or just to be more safe, we can wait for price and see what kind of signals we get if we get up there. Now, we've already got a couple of rejections off of that 61.8 level, but we also have this wick right here. So let's see if there's going to be another reaction off of that 61.8 level. Okay, so technically we're still in a pullback during the London session, which means we can still take a trade if we get a good entry signal. Now, this rejection is what I like to see. All right, so we've got a nice rejection candle off of that 61.8 level, which means we're going to place our entry right here. Okay, our stop loss can go slightly above that rejection, so just a few pips above there. I'm also looking at those wicks right here, and that's why I've placed my stop loss just a few pips above there. So let's say a stop loss of about 13 pips looks totally fine. And if I use the Fibonacci expansion to find out where my target level will be, I will drag it across this structure right here. And right now we've got the 100% level right here at the level of 1.0503. So this gives me a decent setup of just over 1 to 2.5. Okay, and as you can see, we immediately gather momentum to the downside. So again, what happened here? Well, we had the Asian session range, then London opens with a breakout of that Asian session range. Okay, so here is the Asian session range low. Then we've got the breakout during London open. We then have a pullback during the London session, and we've got a nice reaction of the 61.8 level with this rejection wick. All right, so we couldn't close above that level like we did here on the 38.2 with this candle, but instead of that, we formed a rejection wick coming slightly above this one right here. Okay, so these type of signals are really good for entry. This is what I like to use the most. Then we placed our entry and we used the Fibonacci expansion to across this whole move right here, and we got that 100% level, which is basically the second target of the Fibonacci expansion tool, and this is a 1 to 2.5, a perfect setup. If you get one of those trades a day, even couple of those trades a week, you're totally fine. Now, for the rest of the day, you don't even need to look for more trading opportunities. All you have to do is to close the charts and come back the next day during London Open and see if you get another one of those setups. This is a very easy to follow strategy, clear entry and exit rules. Even those of you who are just starting out could use this type of strategy. And again, even if you don't know how to find the trend direction, make sure to join the free Telegram channel. And this is where, like I said, you will know in what direction the market is moving every single day. Okay, you will see how good of an information this is, how helpful it is, and then you will probably want to join the premium Telegram channel, and this is where your trading will really get up to the next level. So anyways, this is pretty much all for now. Let me know, what do you think of this strategy? Is this the easiest way to trade the London breakout strategy compared to other traders? And if it is, make sure to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.